Okay, well, welcome everybody. I apologize for any confusion that might have happened that caused the delay, and I'm really glad you're here. I know it's been kind of a crazy week for us anyway, so you probably are experiencing the same thing. We had the full moon, that always seems to do something, right? Um,
Sure.
so I know there's lots of places you could be, and that you chose to spend time with us means a lot to us. So thank you for being here. Um, so I'm going to turn it over to my co-host, Miss Wendy Brennan, um, and take it away. And
Okay.
I'll start the slideshow.
All right. Awesome. All right. So, yeah, I'm Wendy Brennan. I became a quantum living advocate with Solex about 14 months ago after this incredible lady here showed up in my life out of nowhere unexpectedly. But she did come to my home with a friend of hers to show my husband and I the software. And it was interesting as she was going through each module, definitely interesting, but it got really interesting when she said, Dave, do you have any pain in your body? And he's like, okay. He wasn't expecting that question. So he said, well, not normally, but this week my foot is killing me and I don't know what's wrong with it. She says, well, let's try something. And she does her what I call magic. And in a few minutes, he's turning to me and he's going, this is crazy. And I said, what? He goes, my pain is gone. I said, what do you mean? And he says, it's like 100% gone. I'm like, what? So then I told her and Dawn about what was going on with me. And I said, do you think you can help me? And they said, well, we can try. And then in about 12 to 15 minutes, my pain was 90% gone. And we were stunned. And I honestly don't remember anything the rest of that night. I just remember you guys like leaving. And then the next day he asked me, what was that? And I said, I don't really know what that was about. I didn't know it could do that. And so I said, let's keep learning. I think it's really, really intriguing. And he goes, oh, we know it works. Can we just get it? And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. So,
God
yeah,
love Dave.
he's much more practical than me. I'm just like, I gotta think more. I gotta learn more, And he's like, oh, what more do we need to learn? So anyway, we did get started. I was on the path for a whole new career in a different area. And so it really threw me when this came into my life because I loved it so much, but I had invested quite a bit in my education to go in a different direction. So it took me a little minute to figure out that this was going to be my one and only thing that I was going to pursue. I do have a background in network marketing. I was 90% sure I'd never do it again, but I was like, okay, I think this is it. And I'm going for it. It has been the best gift I have ever, anybody, you guys have given me, that I've given myself. I've never had so much success personally in it, and I love talking about it. We're having a blast. So, told my story a little bit differently than usual, but that's the truth too. So, there you go. I have probably in the last 14 months, I've worked on at least 100 people. What's really interesting is the very first person that joined me in business, gosh, who knew? I just called him because I was worried about his wife's knees. He's worked on over 300 people this year, and that's an average of like two per month. He's a beast. It's just unbelievable. But all he wants to do, he doesn't even really understand a whole lot about the business. He just wants to help people. He just keeps helping, 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 helping. And the testimonies are tremendous from it. All right. Connie, yeah, there you go. Okay. So I do a talk locally here twice a month, and it's a much longer one. You're going to get the abbreviated version, but just know if you want to come back and get the full version and you're not in town, we do offer that once a month also. So that can be had. But we're going to give you some basics because Connie has so much more to tell you about the software, and really she's going to go into that. And that's why most people are here tonight. Okay, so I think that the education around frequency wellness is so important. Of course, anything, the education around it's to lay that foundation for people and get us like all on the same page and make sure we're starting from the same fundamental basis. All right, so my goal starting out here is to show you the validity of using frequencies to gently shift the energy patterns in your body, thereby affecting change to a condition. And then you'll see just how long scientists and healing arts practitioners of the past have been aware of its efficacy. After that, Connie's going to take you into a deep dive into the modules on the scanner and show you what it can do for you and those that you love too. All right, next slide, please. Thank you. So American inventor Nikola Tesla, he's a pioneer of electrical technology, and he said if you could eliminate certain outside frequencies that interfered in our bodies, we would have a greater resistance toward disease. And then here he is many years later, after many discoveries and inventions under his belt, letting us know if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, his most famous quote. So I want to break that down, those meanings. Frequency is sound moves through the air and it creates waves that are measured as a frequency. And then frequency is measured in hertz and caused when changes in air pressure travel through the air and those pressure waves hit objects. Therefore, it creates vibrations. Vibration is here how we hear and record sound. We know that musical instruments played at the right frequency are pleasant. We also know if played at the wrong frequency, not so pleasant. It can make you feel ill, actually. Played loudly, you're going to feel the vibration go right through your body. And then the vibrations of a tuning fork, I'm going to admit somebody real quick.
I got
it. When placed directly onto the body are incredibly therapeutic as they help to balance out the chaotic frequencies where the tuning fork is placed. And then vibrations from a crystal singing bowl hitting your eardrum and stimulating your vagus nerve will help you relax and get into a theta brainwave state. Theta brainwaves are associated with relaxation, learning, and healing. So any wonder, meditation is highly recommended. You're far more likely to receive all sorts of inspirational and creative ideas while in theta. And then resonance is something not talked about too often. There's different meanings to resonance, but when we're talking about body, the human body, it's the amplification of cellular vibration through related cells, tissues, organs, and systems. Resonance can amplify good vibrations cell by cell to restore balance. And then through the use of resonance theory, a sound practitioner can influence the frequencies in the body, in the human body and mind, and also sentient beings like animals too, all sentient beings. This occurs by playing sounds that oscillate at a particular frequency in an effort to synchronize with the frequency of the body. And just to help you to understand what resonance and oscillation, like when you're referring to like an earthquake and a bridge, is when the bridge picks up the vibration from the earthquake waves and it starts going like that. And you can see a concrete bridge literally waving like it's liquid. Or everybody's seen metronomes, and they're all going at like different things. And all of a sudden they just start getting into the same balance like that. So, okay. Frequency wellness is a unique modality separate from other forms of vibrational healing, such as sound or color therapy. And frequency can travel through the quantum field, which is also known as the unified field. It's a scalar energy. Frequency wellness can, but doesn't have to incorporate audible sound in order for you to receive benefit. The use of frequency for supporting wellness is the cutting edge of complementary health modalities and refers to a type of wellness service developed in the early 1900s based on ideas of resonance and vibration. It's important to note that the use of frequency as a mode of healing dates back to the time of ancient Greece and Egypt. While physicians in ancient times knew enough from observational medicine to detect a connection between sound and healing, it wasn't until mankind developed the technology of the 21st century that we began to consistently take measurements of the powerful impact produced from music and sound frequencies. This guy kind of started it all in this line of thinking. So we're in the 1850s now, mid 1800s. Max Planck made many contributions to theoretical physics, but in my normal longer version, I start in the 1850s. We've now moved up to the early 1900s. Max Planck made many contributions to theoretical physics, but his fame rests primarily on his role as an originator of quantum theory. He was a German theoretical physicist who discovered the quantum of action, known as the Planck's constant in 1900. That's the work that laid the foundation for quantum theory and won him the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1918. Are you a bit confused how frequency wellness support as a service was developed in the early 1900s, yet we're saying it's the cutting edge of complementary health modalities? Yeah, definitely see a gap there, right? And now it may just be that it took another 100 years to quantify by measurement that frequencies affect change. Therefore, since not quantifiable, it was snubbed by the scientific community. But it also appears to me that this information was actively suppressed. I think when something shows promise and there's lots of people reporting changes, intellectual curiosity ought to be enough to excite those in the medical industry. So then we have to ask ourselves, why didn't it stay in the forefront then? My research seems to coincide, tell me that it coincides with the rise of the pharmaceutical industry. That probably wouldn't surprise a lot of people here.
You find them?
Pardon? Oh, okay. I heard somebody talking. All right. The American Medical Association was established in the mid 1800s. The pharmaceutical industry began approximately 25 years later. And then 25 years after that, in the early 1900s, the AMA began rooting out any what they called quack remedies. Of course, quackery would be in the eye of the beholder then, right? They got to tell us what was worthy and what was not. Might they have an incentive? Let's see. Perhaps I'm just a conspiracy theorist, but let me read this and then you can decide for yourself. So the Carnegie Foundation played a significant role in shaping medical education in the United States. While Andrew Carnegie did not directly fund medical schools, his foundation's reports and recommendations had a profound impact on the field. In 1910, the Carnegie Foundation commissioned Abraham Flexner to conduct a survey of medical education in the United States and Canada. This report declared electromagnetism as an irregular science. Medical schools that offer training in these various disciplines, including osteopathic, chiropractic, naturopathy, and homeopathy, were told either to drop these courses from their curriculum or they would lose their accreditation and underwriting support. These schools tried their very best to resist, but eventually complied with the report in order to keep their doors open and continue in the other modalities that they were able to offer. The aftermath of such a narrow approach to healthcare is still felt, with prescriptions and vaccines being the primary mode of care in the allopathic model, even when multiple prescriptions are contraindicated. And then so as a result, doctors aren't taught biophysics or electromedicine in medical school. So they simply don't know the extent of the multifaceted landscape of the human body. Furthermore, the financial infrastructure of healthcare has evolved in the past century away from being patient-centric. All right, so talk about struggle. This guy went through it and we do owe him a lot. So let's talk about how frequency devices work, and then we'll talk about Dr. Reif's work. Frequency is delivered to the body on an energy carrier. Typical carriers for frequency are either electricity or radio waves, also known as radionics. Energy waves as information carriers are used all the time. Radios, cell phones, computer Wi-Fi. These are all examples of using energy to carry information. There are many devices available that are frequency generating machines, and a very common one that you have probably heard of is the Rife machine, created by Dr. Royal Rife in 1920. Dr. Rife was so ahead of his time. He found that every disease has a frequency. He also found that certain frequencies can prevent the development of disease and that others would destroy diseases. Substances of higher frequency will destroy diseases of lower frequency. And you can think of disease or dis-ease as misinformation, a disharmony. The body has received an error of information and has moved away from its perfect or divine or master, however you want to look at it, frequency blueprint. Rife successfully treated 1,000 patients diagnosed with incurable cancer in the 1930s. For that, he was on no small feat, right? So for that, he was honored with 14 awards and an honorary doctorate. These were patients that were said to be incurable. You need to go home. You will not survive this. Take care of your affairs. So this is a big, big deal. After the unsuccessful attempt by pharmaceutical companies to buy out his research and equipment, his office was ransacked, his research paperwork was stolen, and the machine that healed all those 1,000 supposedly incurable cancer patients was destroyed. But here's the wonderful story prior to that and the work that he did. So in 1934, the University of Southern California appointed a special medical research committee to bring terminal cancer patients from Pasadena County Hospital to Rice San Diego Laboratory and Clinic for treatment. The team included doctors and pathologists assigned to examine the patients if they survived past 90 days. And they did, they all lived. After the 90 days of treatment, the committee concluded that 86.5% of the patients had been completely cured. The treatment was then adjusted, and the remaining 13.5% of the patients also responded within the next just 4 weeks. That gave Rife a 100% total recovery rate using his technology. And so that would have been 120 days for 100 incurable cancer patients in 120 days were 100% cured. So it's important to know the technology that we use has all the right frequencies, plus it offers a whole lot more. But are we going to tell you that our scanner is going to cure cancer? No, because you can't guarantee anything. Plus, we don't want to get our company in trouble. That those are certain statements that you just cannot make in public. And then also, we love our business opportunities and we're not willing to put them at risk. But, you know, we hope that we give you enough education and that you can look into it. You're all, you know, adults with great minds, and you can start to put the pieces together and see what might be best for you. But what's interesting is that drug manufacturers are allowed to make claims, even though according to the National Center for Health Statistics, 2023 data shows there were over 108,000 accidental prescription drug overdose deaths in the United States alone. Does kind of make me wonder how many accidental overdoses there are yearly, but the people actually survive but are permanently injured. I forgot the statistics, but it's an extreme number of people that die every year from medical and pharmaceutical mistakes. So what I am able to say, though, is that all frequency providers are moved by helping others and bringing hope. So sometimes hope is the best gift you can give someone. And we like the odds that frequency wellness has demonstrated throughout history. So as previously stated, all matter vibrates. Interestingly enough, although each organ is dependent on other organs, each organ has its own optimal frequency range. And the specific frequency representing a particular item is called its signature frequency. Every person on the planet has their very own personal frequency signature. It's as unique as your fingerprint. And Nobel Prize winner Dr. Albert St. Gorgie said, in every culture and in every medical tradition before ours, healing was accomplished by moving energy. So that's kind of interesting when you think about ancient cultures all around the world doing the same thing. And Albert Einstein said, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. And I love that, because a lot of times people will say, you know, this is woo-woo, and they don't want to pay attention. Now, me and Connie, we love the woo-woo, and most of the people we know love the woo-woo, but we can back this woo-woo up with science, so it's pretty cool. And so if you want to change your life, you need to change the way you think, because your thoughts are energy. If you change the way you think, your vibration increases. And when you raise your vibration, happiness and health will come knocking. It's the law of attraction. It's just what it is. The law of, what's the other one, Connie? Manifestation.
And law of resonance.
The law of resonance.
Yeah.
Law of attraction, manifestation. That's how all that works. All right, so let's go to the MIT study. I was scouring around the internet trying to get information for this talk, and I came across this, and that kind of made me laugh, because I don't think MIT is a new age facility. So this is nothing to just kind of pass over. Scientists clear Alzheimer's plaque from mice using only light and sound. The sound and light together, Connie, it's pretty exciting with what you're going to talk about a little bit later. Yeah. This is why what we're going to talk about, a new thing going on that is so powerful. But Alzheimer's is a huge problem, as we all know. We've never seen so many people diagnosed. First time I ever heard of it, I was in middle school, and a friend's mother got it, and it was like, what is that? Nobody ever like really heard of it, you know? And now it's everybody knows what it is, and it's there's way, way, way too many people getting diagnosed with it. And I lost a dear friend with early onset Alzheimer's at the age of 55. All right. So next slide, please. Okay, this guy here. One day I was just doing whatever I was doing, and I was listening to a YouTube, and I hear he was. This is Bruce Lipton. He's a cell biologist, amazing man, and many many people have know who he is. But he had just gotten a sound bath with crystal singing bowls, and he was being interviewed. And I heard him say frequency intervention on a cell is 100 times more effective than chemical intervention. And I was like, wait, what? I had to back it up and listen again. I'm like, he did say that. That's a powerful, powerful statement because we are so inculcated in this idea. Got a problem? Take this drug, right? Just pop a pill, blah, blah, blah. And why would we do that if frequency intervention is 100 times more effective? So then I like to explain what that statement actually means. When you take a pill, your body has to process it. Medicine's a frequency because everything's a frequency, as you'll find out. So you have to exert all the energy to process this thing as it gets converted in the body, digested, then synthesized by the liver, and then it has to be excreted. So time-wise and effective-wise, it's not a very efficient process. And then, you can get side effects from the medication too. With frequency, it's an instantaneous receipt of that frequency as it hits the vagus nerve and travels down directly to the brain, and then it can go to work without anything getting in the way. So with that, it's time for me to turn the controls over to Connie. She's going to walk you through the 8 modules currently available in our scanner software, give you the updates that we've had since being at conference. They're always souping it up, always adding a little something more interesting every time we go to conference. So anyway, take it away, Connie.
So now there's actually 9 modules. That's an update. So we still have some of our images do not have the latest and greatest that just rolled out over the weekend. So this is our AO scan technology. As you can see, the person is holding it on a cell phone. It could literally be used on a cell phone. It could be used on a tablet, or it could be used on a computer. And it started actually with Lauren Swenson, who is a gentleman up here on the top right-hand corner. He is our founder of the company. He is an amazing man with a huge, huge heart. He actually started the company because he adopted a little boy that had, like a baby, that had cerebral palsy. And as most of you, I'm sure, know, the medical world has no solutions for cerebral palsy. So in the 70s and 80s, Lauren and his wife took out and did a world trip to try to find a cure for their son, because they just knew there had to be something out there. They went to China, they went to Russia, they went to Spain, they went to Germany, they traveled the United States and other places, I'm sure. Those are the ones that are at the top of my head, and looked for cutting edge science around the world. And he found and gathered this knowledge and technology. Some of it he bought, some of it he developed himself. And I'm telling you, it is cutting edge in the world, cutting edge science. One of the things I just love so much about Solex and Lauren is he operates from the highest integrity and commitment to quality. They're continually testing our software to make sure that the frequencies are effective and in alignment with, they actually test them against the chemistry results. So when you go to the lab and they draw your blood and they test it, they're continually looking at our frequency results and against the chemistry results. And it is around the world. It is a global opportunity. So here, this talks a little bit about his son. And what I will tell you is the first device that his company, which was it's still in existence, it's called Energy, INNERGY, Energy Development, started with the theta chamber back in 1988. And the beautiful news about this is that his son was his first patient, and his son because of this device, um, no longer has any symptoms of cerebral palsy. Now, again, just because, like Wendy said, we can't say we heal or anything. What the software does, so basically, at the root of the software, like Wendy mentioned, we have a biofield around us, and we're more than just our physical body, as I'm sure you all know that. We have our physical body, then beyond that we have our emotional body, and beyond that we have our mental body, and beyond that we have our spiritual body. So our biofield is huge, and it's so unique. Just like you have your unique thumbprint, you also have a unique biofield or frequency blueprint. So basically, what the software does, it will scan your frequency blueprint, and they compare it to what I call the divine blueprint. You could call it something else. It's the frequencies of perfection, because now science has gotten to the point where they know what the quote perfect frequency is for all parts of our body, all parts of our biofield, all of it, right? Body, heart, mind, and soul. And so I call those the divine frequencies, because in the Bible it says we're made in his image, but nobody could ever tell me what that meant. Like, literally, what does that mean? Well, they've now measured those frequencies of perfection. Well, to me, that's divine, those divine frequencies, right? So what the software does, it analyzes and reads, scans my frequency blueprint or my biofield, and then it compares it to those divine frequencies. And then it says, okay, these are the frequencies I need to emit out, broadcast, to bring her biofield into alignment with the divine. Now, as awesome as this software is, I will tell you, our body's the miracle. God made our body so that when we're in alignment with it and him, our body naturally heals. So we're not healing anything. We're just sending the frequencies to bring you back into homeostasis. So that this is some of the technology that he like I said, he acquired. So in 2008 he discovered this body scan that I just explained to you at a trade show in China. He acquired the rights to bring it to the United States, which led to the development of the first AO scanner in 2012. Initially, it was just used in doctors' offices. It came as a bigger machine. It grew in the different things it could do, and it was about $38,000. And in 2020, um, he decided, you know what, everybody in the world needs this, and they can't afford $38,000. So he had some engineers rewrite all of it, and that's how I got to be part of the company. So a dear friend of mine called me. It was 5 months after my son went to heaven, and I was not doing well. I did not want to be here. And I made a commitment to my son. We had made a pact when he was in a sophomore in high school that we would never commit suicide. So that was off the table. And I had two parents that were very sick and needed me. So I did not know what to do. My body was falling apart. I ended up in a wheelchair. So when my friend Julie called and said, I know you're into all the woo, um, I think you should look at this. I didn't get a scan. I didn't research anything because there was no company, there was no website, there was nothing. I just said, where do I get my credit card? And because back in the day, we bought the devices that the company sold. Now the software can be used, like I said, on any phone, any tablet or iPad, or on your computer. And so it was $1,000, and it was $199 a month at the time. So, I said that for a reason. So we got to be beta testers. Miss Tammy Ward got to be a beta tester with me, but we did not know each other because we had no community. We had no Facebook group. We did not have a website. We did not have a customer service number. Literally, I got a tablet in the mail that the software was loaded on, and they said, start playing with it. Let us know how it goes. That was it. And then in January of 2021, Solex was born. And so that's, you can see that there. So again, it really is cutting edge frequency technology, and it really it scans and optimizes. So that's the words that we use. So it is the first and only frequency wellness app that it optimizes the body, and we're talking, the whole biosphere, all parts of the body. Because here's what you may or may not know: when quote dis-ease comes into our field and into our body, it goes first in the spiritual layer. And if it's not addressed and healed, it goes to the mental layer. And if it's not addressed and healed, it goes to the emotional body. And if it's not addressed and healed, then it lands in our physical body. So by the time it actually manifests physical symptoms, it's been in our field for a while. Then when the dis-ease leaves the body, it's the same route. It goes in reverse. It goes out of the physical into the emotional, into the mental, into the spiritual. And so when our software scans the body and optimizes the body, it's optimizing all of it. So it's not just treating the physical body, it's actually preventative care, because it's clearing those things up in our field so they never have to get to us. So it's the first and only frequency wellness app that optimizes the body, all parts of the body, balances our emotions, which thank God I'm telling you, I'm here today because of the software. Because I went from a wheelchair to a walker to a cane to working out at BioFit for the last 3 years. I am stronger than I have ever been. Along the way, I released over 100 pounds. And I'm no longer suicidal. I actually want to be here. I have some things I'm excited about doing, right? Then last year, we got another module that helps reprogram the unconscious mind. So it does all of these things for less than $5 a day. So when I got started, it was $199. And now it's $149, and they promise us it'll never be more than $149. And like I said, when we got started, we just had a couple modules and very limited, and it has grown and grown and grown and grown. So it is based on the works of scientists like Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, Marie Curie, Raymond Reif, many others. That there we know that at the root of everything, everything is energy. Okay. Oh, and I just got this note. It's great. Any imbalance shows up in the blood 2 to 6 months before you have symptoms when you do live and dried blood analysis, right? So,
Thank you, Randy.
and then Tammy shared a link. Can you tell me, Tammy? Oh, you didn't share it to the group. I'm so sorry. I thought you.
Yeah, I didn't share it to the group. This was just released. You'll understand it when you see it.
Okay, thank you. So things do show up. So like oftentimes when you hear somebody gets a pretty serious diagnosis, it's usually significantly advanced because the symptoms don't show up in the body. They're by the time they show up in the body, it's often like, stage whatever, right? Not stage one. Because the medical science doesn't have the technology to pick it up. Or you'll hear, oh, I caught it early because of some random thing. I happened to get in an accident and they ran a test, or I went in for my well visit and they caught it early. I had no symptoms. You'll hear things like that. Because by the time it really shows up in all of the traditional testing, it's already gone through all those levels. So what is AO scan technology? It is an educational tool that helps you learn about your body's performance. It communicates via biofrequencies and electromagnetic signals. And it identifies those out of balance areas so that you can make lifestyle changes. And it's advanced technology. And it sounds like it's really a lot to learn. And I'm telling you, it is like the easiest thing ever. And I'll show you. So what can it do for you? You might be thinking like, well, how does this, how would it affect me? So it empowers you to track your health and well-being on a daily basis. These bioscans identify imbalances, and there's over 171,000. And now we just got some more, so I don't even know what the number is after last weekend. Before last weekend, it was over 171,000 frequencies. And it's the optimization really gently guides the body back to homeostasis, which is complete balance. You get detailed reports to provide the education. They get instantly emailed to the user. We can conduct scans in person or over the phone. I do scans over Zoom. I have helped people in Australia, is probably the furthest away, as well as all over Europe and all over the country. And a subscription, you get unlimited user profiles. So it's for you and your family. And so the scanning the 170,000 frequencies, it takes about 6 minutes a day. And you don't have to sit there the whole time. It actually takes about 15 seconds by the time you pull up the software, speak into the software, and then I go on my morning routine. And it can look at your blood biology, your food sensitivities. That's part of how I release the weight, is every day I get a list of foods that my body is saying, no, you should not be eating this today. So I don't. then it also does the body system. So it's not just the vitals in your, like your blood work, or the hardware, like your muscles and your organs and your arteries and veins and DNA, that kind of stuff, but it's also how they work together. It's the whole systems of the body. It also looks at meridians and chakras. They just did a huge upgrade with viruses, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And basically, what the software does, like I said, it will read your frequency biofield, identify what's going on. Then it'll optimize and harmonize your frequency blueprint, bringing you back into alignment. So there's 9 major features now. We just got a new one added. We have, and I'm going to go through each one. There's quick scan, easy scan, inner voice scan, vital scan, body system scan, comprehensive scan. The new one is MultiScan. We're very excited about that one. Cephy, which stands for Subtle Energy Frequency Imprinter, and AO Mind Sync. And I will tell you, I love all of them. Inner voice is what gave me my life back. So I will forever be grateful. It is a foundational thing, because even the AMA will tell you 85% of all dis-ease has a physical component. I am trained as an NLP master trainer and coach. So is Miss Karen Fox. We were trained that 95%. Now, personally, between me and you, I think it's 100%. I don't know how it could not be.
Emotional component.
The emotional component is present in every physical dis-ease.
Yes.
So with quick scan, that's our, and you can see it on the phone here. It generates harmonizing audio frequencies to balance the emotional state of the user. It provides colors and musical tones to assist in creating that balance. It includes, at the bottom, you can see there's supercharger, which these names are really great because it kind of explains what it does. So if you need energy, you can play supercharger for 3 minutes. If you need more focus, we have that. We have relax. We have grounding, which is one of my favorites. And we have neural aerobics, which helps with the left-right coordination of the brain, left, right, top, bottom, front, back. This also is the part where you could actually enter in all of your supplements into the software, and it'll scan, because you don't need everything every day. And we have not been taught that. We think, oh, I need vitamin D. I'll take vitamin D every day. And then I hear, oh, but magnesium, it's 600 different things. I better take magnesium. So I add that to the list. And then it says, oh, you got to have collagen. If you're aging, you got to have collagen. Well, let me add that in there. Oh, well, you also need electrolytes, because for cell to cell communication. And so what do? I add that in there. So before I know it, I'm spending $600 a month on supplements. And this software, you enter your supplements in, and then under quick scan, depending on what time of day it is, you could run these scans, and it'll tell you, oh no, you actually only need this. And so it saved me a ton of money on supplements. Also, I don't know if you noticed, it says pet. So this is not just for people, it is also for pets. The easy scan is something I do every single day, because it's like a 3-in-1. It's a most convenient way to perform your inner voice scan, which I'll be sharing more about each of these, vital scan and comprehensive, in less than 6 minutes. So it just shows the things that are out of range, because we have so many practitioners using this. You know, there's literally thousands of frequencies scanning that is happening. If they had to go through all that data, it would take forever. So they said, okay, we're going to do a scan for you where it's just going to show the things that stay out of balance, so we know what to look at. So that's the one that I do every morning. So inner voice scan, this is the scan that helped, oh my gosh, save my life, honestly. So you speak into the software. So our emotions are stored on our vocal cords. And so that's when we will speak into the software for 10 seconds. And then as we, so it analyzes the notes that are out of balance. Then it creates 5 different songs just for you, along with the reports. And so you listen to the music. You do not have to listen to it with headphones, but you can if you want. And like I said, there's 3 that are with the conscious mind, what's out of balance. There's 1 that addresses the unconscious mind. And then there's the 5th one is all of those 4s in one song. So it can save you time there. So in the vital scan, it is a concise snapshot. Now there's more than this, since we just got this new part of our software. It's 550 blueprint frequencies that are being produced by the blood, organs, glands, systems of the body. And the awesome thing about this is that we now have even more options under viruses, specifically all the COVID vaccines, the different COVID viruses, as well as here we have long haulers. So I know people that are affected by long haulers syndrome, and now we actually have a way to address that. Our comprehensive scan is I call this the hardware of the body. It's our organs, cells, bones, chromosomes, the things that you can touch. And so there's literally thousands of frequencies that are first, again, scanned and then optimized. Very simple. The new part of our software that we just got over the weekend is called MultiScan. So instead of just scanning one person at a time, you could actually create a family group of up to 16 people at once, and it runs the vital scan and optimizes, and it runs the comprehensive scan and optimizes. It will even allow you to email each of those people separately. Now you can see in my family group, I have Fluffy and Sophie. Those are my cats. And the pets, it says this subject will not be scanned. Its type or species is not supported for multi-scan yet. That is coming. Then we have our body system scan. And in addition to the ones that are over here, which is 13 systems, we now have 14 body systems because we now have an additional chemistry panel. So these are those things that when you go and typically get your annual test for blood work with your doctor, it's those things that are tested like, your A1C, your triglycerides, your cholesterol levels, your white and red blood cells. Counts, CBCs, right? So that is an additional new scan that we just got just a couple days ago. Then we have SEFI, Subtle Energy Frequency Imprinter. It is designed to either broadcast. So think of it like prayer, right? Because prayer is a frequency. It goes out. You don't have to be touching anybody for prayer. So it broadcasts out like a radio channel, broadcasts out, or you could actually imprint the frequencies into water, homeopathic tablets, so you could create your own homeopathic pellets. Jewelry, I imprint my jewelry every morning, so it could do that too. And you could create custom playlists of up to 15 different frequencies in a playlist so that you could have something specifically for what you're looking for. We also have Cephi dots, which are little bitty. So patches are big these days. You can hear different people selling. I have a stem cell patch, or I have a sleep patch, or I have a weight loss patch, whatever. We have Cephi dots that I call quantum acupuncture because we know where to put them on the body, and it holds the frequencies, and they last for days. So it lasts a lot longer, and they're custom to what you want, not whatever the manufacturer is making. We also have AO2, that came out in March, where it's all the tuning fork frequencies. Multicast allows us, just like we did multi-scan, where we can do the scanning and optimizing for our group of family members, up to 16 people. And you can have as many groups as you want. Each group has 16 spots. We also have multicast, where you could have that same group being sent the specific frequencies that they need. So like, Ben might be getting, list A, B, and C. My brother might be getting, QRX. I might be getting XYZ, right? So but it's happening at the same time. We also have all the homeopathic frequencies in here as well. And just a few days ago, we got 2 new categories. We now have the frequencies of essential oils, which is amazing. And we have the frequencies of minerals. So it's like our electrolyte minerals. We even have gold, silver, platinum. I've been imprinting those gold and silver frequencies into my jewelry because why not? We have it. As an NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming, as an NLP practitioner, NLP is the study of the unconscious mind. I have been trained to work with people changing that inner voice in our head, those hidden beliefs, those unconscious buried beliefs that stand in our way. And I've been using affirmations for years. And this is what I will tell you. I'll say an affirmation, and there's this little part of my brain up here that will talk back to me. You might have heard it too in your own head. I call it the itty bitty shitty committee, because I'll say, I am now at my ideal weight. And the little committee says, girl, no, you're not. And so what they've learned is that you can actually engineer this music. It used to take So this has been under development, I think, for 18 years. It used to take like hours to engineer this music. I don't know if you've ever heard of binaural beats and hemisync technology. That's what we have. So you could go to YouTube and listen to all the affirmations you want with regular, like, into your head, but it's not in your voice. So what do you think the most powerful voice in your head is? I would say outside the voice of God, research shows it's your voice. Next, by the way, is your mother's voice. It's the first voice you heard. So we have autistic kids that they cannot speak, so their moms speak, and they're getting incredible results. So it is an affirmation programming tool that delivers affirmations in your own voice, in your own words. I have a secret little recipe that I use to help you create the affirmations, and it creates those binaural hemisync technology. You do need to use headphones with this, I will tell you, because the technology, one earphone will play back at 28 hertz. The other earphone plays back at 20 hertz. The brain doesn't know what to do with all that information, so it goes to the difference. 20 minus 28 is 8 hertz, which puts your brain, it's a biohack, puts your brain right into theta. So when you're listening to those recordings on your headphones, that little committee doesn't speak up. It just goes straight to the unconscious mind and puts in there what I went in there, not what my past conditioning has it in there. So the next thing, oh my gosh, this is what was also released at convention. And I'm going to have Wendy talk about this because I think this is like, I am so freaking excited about this. Are you ready?
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you
Yes.
why. So
Yes.
since 2001, I have been promoting whole food nutrition because I got involved with a company that was the leading company for that. They only have one product and it's been their mainstay product, for a long, long time. It changed my life. So I got inspired to, go tell everybody the difference to understanding the difference between isolated and fractionated versus whole food. Now we go to conference and they announce we have an entire line of whole food products we're calling it the high frequency food. And that means all of the ingredients in here have a frequency of 500 or more. So those who know about frequency already know the frequency of love, which is one of the highest vibrational emotions you can have, is in the 500 range. So take note of that. I'm going to give you a few more foundational things too. The AO scan, a lot of people say, what does AO mean? It stands for alpha and omega. With our high frequency food line, it stands for advanced optimization. So they're both absolutely beautiful and perfect. What does it take to qualify as a high frequency food? Every Solex high frequency product is electrically charged, enabling a higher vibrational energy. They use red light therapy and this cut off just a little bit on the end, but there's a negative ion charge. It's imprinted, scanned, and optimized. It has to be raw, less than 112 degrees, so it keeps everything active in it. So it's got to be alive and active. It must be harvested fresh and sourced from the earth and not overly processed. So therefore the nutrients won't be damaged. And a high frequency food keeps the body at harmony. And the other foundational thing I want you to know is the stance that this company takes with any product that they bring into the marketplace. But for sure, when they brought on this new person to help with product development, he's got a really strong many years background in this realm of nutrition. And but with every product, Lauren says, we are not going to bring it into the fold unless it meets two criteria. It either has to be completely unique in the marketplace and nobody's doing it, or it needs to okay, why did I just lose my train of thought for a second?
It's gonna be more.
It's got to be the best. Yeah. So
the best and more
currently available. What we bring to market has to exceed it. So most products have something they're missing or not quite, whatever. And so they overcome both of these things before they are even like, otherwise, what's the point? Lauren says, what's the point? Why? We don't want to be just another Me Too. So with that background, I'm going to go into the next slide if we can. Okay, so these are all the 4 products put together, and I will break it out and give you more information about each one. But the beautiful thing about the core bundle is if you want to order that as like a package bundle, that's going to cover all of your body systems. They're all whole food products, and you will get a discount versus buying them as if you were buying them separately. Okay, so let's start with the AO Youth. This defies aging by targeting the 3 main causes of aging, but they do it all in one product. So 1 tablespoon a day mixed with water, and this is what you're going to get. And you have to bear with me. It's the first time, like 2 hours ago, I went through these entire. I do want to encourage everybody when we're done, ask for this presentation. You'll get it. It's like almost like a PowerPoint kind of layout, and it has a lot more information than I can provide you tonight. But I still feel like I'm going to give you gobs of it. There, it's so awesome what it does. So as we age, we lose many important functions in our body. Our energy metabolism becomes sluggish. We wrinkle, we lose elasticity, our muscles atrophy, we lose strength and stamina, and the ability to keep our frequencies up. It affects our DNA, our chromosomes, and our cells lose effectiveness. So that's the problem that we have to try to fix. So we look at the problem and we look at the cure. But the 3 major causes of aging, I told you we're going to discuss. So AGEs, I had not heard of that before. That stands for Advanced Glycation End Products. And then the other problem is NAD plus nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. I had not heard of that either. And then collagen decline. So those are the exact 3 major causes of aging. And the top 3 biomarkers of aging, AGEs are proteins or lipids that become, unfortunately, that got cut off at the end too. But it's a problem as a result of exposure sugars. AGEs damage cells by a number of mechanisms, and you need to avoid low frequency foods. Okay, and I think what I did is I made a little note on myself, a little check mark on the ones I do want to talk about. I'm going to skip a bunch of the slides. Okay, so now when you're developing something, now you have to take a look at the competition, see what you're dealing with there and how you can make it better. So they found that the competitive solutions do not provide a solution for the 3 major causes of aging in one product. They lack the collagen sources and the types that target the major causes of aging. They're difficult to absorb. They're not liquid nano. Nano is particulate so small it's so easily absorbable into the body. They're low frequency. They do not contain adequate doses or amounts of each nutrient. They lack electrolytes and all central block BCAAs. That is chain amino acids. I had that written down somewhere. Honey, you told me the other day what that was.
Yeah, branch chain.
Branch chain. That's the word. Branch chain. Okay. And plus they found in the marketplace, the prices are so high. So let me explain that with Solex. Their flagship product is the scanner. They've already got so many people using the scanner. They're well on their way. They're fine financially and growing way faster than industry standards. So they're fine. But that allows them to bring these products to market and offer it to you and to the existing customer base that's already involved at a much lower price point than you would get if you were to go to a company where their core flagship product was just selling the nutritionals. Okay. And so their solution, what Solex came up with, is AO Youth. It's the first and only clinically designed liquid nano age-defying complex with collagen peptides, electrolytes, essential branch chain amino acids that help you extend your quality of life and decreasing AGEs, boosting NAD production and increasing collagen. The nano collagen peptides come from multiple sources, which I'll read in a second. The energy electrolyte blend contains sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, molybdenum, choline, phosphorus, and zinc to help frequencies uh, I'm missing a word again. I'm sorry, just a little bit cuts off at the very end here. But it goes through the youthful cell connectivity and communication. And then the health span fusion complex is designed with hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, NMN, NADH, sea buckthorn, phytoceramides, and amla fruit. So the branched chain amino acids we talked about, those are very important. They help build lean muscle, strong tissue, improve mobility and flexibility. And then the benefits you get are increased health span. They said you don't want to increase lifespan, you want to increase health span. You want to live a long life healthy. And then it decreases those AGEs, increases collagen production, increases NAD, accelerates metabolic energy function, promotes youthful cell and organ function, contains all the essential collagen types. Most people know of 5 collagens. There are 28, and they are all in this product. Promotes skin elasticity, density, and firmness, decreases wrinkles and increase skin hydration, strengthen healthy joints and soft tissue, supports healthy flexibility and mobility, promotes healthy inflammatory response, and it has collagenase and elastase inhibition. You only need 1 tablespoon per day. Okay, and then there's a huge list when you get your presentation. There's a huge list of all the ingredients in here, and they're just absolutely amazing. But I'll go tongue-tied if I keep talking that fast. Okay, but here's what's cool. 1 bottle of AOUs is going to be the equivalent of eating in 1 month 43 chicken feet, 45 fresh fish skins, 384 squid, or 60 T-bone steaks. You'd have to eat all 4 of those things and those levels that I told you that are just going to give you your collagen in your youth. So branched chain amino acids are essential nutrients that cannot be produced by the body, and they are what make protein, and they are the basic building blocks of the body. So they're like a no joke thing that you want to make sure that you are doing. And the neat one about this is they did a it earned the Chef's Best Award. So what they do is they locate master chefs around the country, blindfold them, have them taste test it against other products, and find out which one they like the best. And this was awarded the best taste. And we thought it was amazing. What were some of the people saying it tasted like? I just remember it tasted good, but I don't remember thinking it tasted like anything I knew.
Right. It was like a fruity taste, I think, and it was sweet, but all no sugar. Yeah, it was good.
Is this the one that did Ron say it tasted like Tang to him?
Yeah, Ron said he thought it tasted like Tang. Yeah. I thought it was
okay. I just want to make sure I got the right correlation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember thinking that, but I just remember thinking, oh wow, we were surprised it was good.
Because I've had other collagens that are just outright nasty. And
yeah.
I would drink this whether there was health benefits or not. It was that enjoyable.
We've tried in our household probably 3 or 4 different types of collagen. We still, we're still just tolerate it.
Right.
We're like, okay, well, it's okay. It's, we tolerate it.
Same thing with electrolytes. Right. And this has collagen and electrolytes.
Yeah.
Plus branched chain amino acids. Yeah, it's an amazing.
Okay, so that one was intense. The AOU is a lot to talk about, but let's talk about the AOzymes. So AOzymes optimize digestion with a potent blend of enzymes and cofactors that boost your ability to break down proteins. See, that's an issue for people, especially as you get older. Number one, if you don't eat a perfect diet, that's going to lead to unhealthy gut bacteria. And I've known people talk for years about how important a healthy gut is, right? They say, oh, it's your second brain. And people are making homemade yogurt. They're saying you need to eat fermented foods. So we're in that realm of discussion here. And we're going to tell you how you can so easily do it and you should still eat those foods. But if you don't, you got it here, because remember, it's not a isolated fractionated supplement. It is a whole food. You are eating food when you do this. So, so the AOzymes optimize digestion with a potent blend of enzymes and cofactors that boost your ability to break down proteins. See, that's an issue for people, especially as you get older. Number one, if you don't eat a perfect diet, that's going to lead to unhealthy gut bacteria. And I've known people talk for years about how important a healthy gut is, right? They say, oh, it's your second brain. And people are making homemade yogurt. They're saying you need to eat fermented foods. So we're in that realm of discussion here. And we're going to tell you how you can so easily do it and you should still eat those foods. But if you don't, you got it here, because remember, it's not a isolated fractionated supplement. It is a whole food. You are eating food when you do this. So anyway, what happens when you cannot break your food down well? Number one, you know, because you're like, oh, you're bloated. You've got acid reflux. You just you don't feel well. But what's going on is your pancreas is being overworked, and then what that means is you cannot convert your food to energy properly. So that's part of that problem we have, right, with aging. It's like, oh, we're not digesting properly. We're for many reasons with aging, we're losing the ability to have good energetic cells. Let me go till I get my little check mark page. So I am flipping through, passing real fast through some of this. Okay, so the competitive solutions say, here's the problem they found. They lack the combination of enzymes that break down all macro and micronutrients. They do not contain adequate doses or amounts of each enzyme. They lack ingredients targeting the core of the problem. They're synthetic solutions that often have allergens and side effects. They do not have soothing, tummy-taming ingredients. They're priced so unaffordably that it's impossible for some people to purchase. And some of them are harmful pharmaceuticals that trick the pancreas. They were showing us, was it Ozempic?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we all know the story about Ozempic now, it's kind of a fairly new discussion, but yeah, they're trying to trick the pancreas, but it's not natural. You just can't play like that. All right, so Aozymes is the first and only clinically designed high-frequency product with the right cocktail of enzymes, bile extract that helps break down proteins, carbohydrates, fats, and it accelerates metabolic function. It has 17 high-frequency enzymes. It has unique bacteriophages from bile extract, which are it promotes healthy viruses. I didn't know there were healthy viruses, but that's what it says. These macrophages target pathogens like E. coli, streptococcus, and salmonella. And then the tummy tamer blend has slippery elm bark, marshmallow root, ginger rhizome, peppermint leaf, which soothes and comforts and helps with heartburn, acid reflux, prevents gas, bloating, and rumbling. The primary benefits are its high frequency, supports healthy digestion and metabolism, converts food nutrients into cellular energy, promotes food tolerance and gastrointestinal comfort, decreases stomach and digestive issues, supports digestive health and gut barrier integrity, helps increase macro and micronutrient absorption, improves skin health, respiratory and immune systems, and better inflammatory response, provides a unique formulation of enzymes, phages, and nutrients which help restore enzymatic process, enabling you to digest and break down food, helping accelerate your metabolism. Then the secondary benefits are the proteolytic enzyme solutions that changing up the way you take them. So there's different ways you can take them if you want to address certain things. So you can focus on skin, wound healing, inflammatory responses, joint pain, or scar tissue. And I would suppose they give you information on that so you can work on what's most important to you. All right, so you're going to take 1 to 3 capsules daily, 20 minutes before each meal. And then that will reduce the occurrence of digestive discomfort, acid reflux, heartburn, gas, bloating, rumbling, and discomfort. Okay, I'm not going to read all. I read these the other night, but I'm not going to read them all. But it's like almost every A's you can imagine: amylase, protease, glucoamylase, lactase, on and on. There's like 17 of them, I believe. And here's what's really mind-boggling. Even if you could physically eat this amount of food every day, 1 serving of Zymes will replace 16 12-ounce jars of honey and 31 quart jars of fermented sauerkraut. So even if you're all like, oh, I'm going to eat my kimchi or whatever, it kind of makes you realize, even though you're doing it, you should, and it's healthy, like you're like, you could do so much better. Like you're still falling short, even though you're eating like that. That's frustrating. Okay, so the benefits chart, those 17 enzymes. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I'm gonna let that one go.
Yeah, I think we just need like a few, just the highlights.
Okay, sorry. I get so excited. It's all so good. I don't know where to shut up. I mean, literally, I was looking through it. I'm like, but I gotta say that.
I know.
All right, I'm going to shorten these other two because you can get these things. Okay, so the biome. Now we're into the actual the gut health, the whole human microbiome. All right. So we are always taught about the gut, the biome. But you have 6 of them. You have the digestive system, the urobiome, your urinary tract, respiratory, ocular, reproductive, and your skin. Those are all your biomes. Let's see. I can just say here. So microbial diversity decreases with age. I think we know that. But that also leads to obesity and type 2 diabetes. Starts with your parents and from the birth canal. So the problem with the competitive solutions is they just don't contain enough different species that are in there. So they have addressed that here. Go, go, go. A lot here. Okay. Provides a unique formulation of 31 pre, pro, and postbiotics, fungi, and bacteriophages, which help microbial diversity and balance. There are 10 unique mushroom fungi. I mean, 10 different fungi. Some I've never even heard of, but the ones you know, like lion's mane, king trumpet, turkey tail, maitake, reishi, shiitake, and then a bunch of other ones I've never even heard of. You would take 1 capsule daily with plenty of water. Has 31 billion CFUs. If that means anything to anybody, if they've been down this road before, that'll be meaningful. You'd have to eat 20 cups of yogurt a day. Problem with most products or even like yogurt only has 2 to 3 strains, and then fermented sauerkraut only has 4 to 7 strains. And to replace what you would get with biome, you'd have to have 312 jars of fermented sauerkraut. No, thank you.
Not happening.
Not happening.
I know Karen would love that.
Some people actually like that stuff.
Karen and I have been on this journey before, and I never knew a lot of adults that were picky eaters. And I will tell you, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. This stuff tastes good. There's 2 that are capsules, 2 that are drinks. The drinks are delicious. So it's like,
that's right.
Yeah.
Whew, made a mess on that one. Okay, we're going to finish with AO gut. And at conference, I was confused. I'm like, did we just talk about the gut? Like, we just spent all this time talking about the gut. Not that gut. Not your digestive tract gut. We're talking about the actual visceral fat that hangs around like a fat tire. You call your love handles, you can grab it, you can shake it, right? And if you've got it on the outside, you've got all that stuff clinging around your inside too, and holding onto your heart and your liver and all these things. So so we're going to finish with this one here called gut. 1 in 3 adults has cardiometabolic syndrome, and this is what this is designed to address. That gives a real increase in the risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and other issues. The 4 key chemical factors that lead to cardiometabolic issues are imbalanced cortisol levels and high blood pressure levels, imbalanced total fat lipid levels, and this will support healthy blood glucose. So whenever you see those bodies that look like, the large bellies, that's what's going on. So when you see a large waistline, people that are like irritable, they're always hangry. That's a blood sugar imbalance. They have nerve connection issues and adrenal fatigue. And every 33 seconds, 1 person dies from cardiovascular disease, 1 in 5 deaths. 805,000 people have a heart attack every year. More than half of the adults don't even know that they have heart disease. Up to 90% of cardiovascular disease is preventable with education and lifestyle changes. So this is a super, super important one, this AO gut. And I believe it will cut down on your desire for sugar because of the mechanism by way it works. It's less than 10% of people get 5 vegetables or fruits a day. And this particular disease, metabolic syndrome, is one of the biggest reasons people miss work and have it affects a lot of things. Okay, so I'm going to pass that up. So the competitive solutions don't provide for metabolic function, cardio health, and digestive health. Lack of variety of fiber sources, come with side effects, cannot be taken daily, do not contain adequate doses or amounts of each nutrient. Again, price too high. Somebody asked about a parasite cleanse.
No, this is not a parasite cleanse.
Right.
We do have frequencies in the software for parasite cleanses.
Yeah.
Work. I promise.
They say AOGUT is the first and only high-frequency clinically developed formula with cardiometabolic support, cortisol balancing actives, 5 to 7 servings of, I can't read the rest of that, vegetable something. AO cardiometabolic blend is psyllium, seed husk, beta-glucan, phytosterols, stanols, konjac root, chicory root, inulin prebiotics, blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol support. AO green digestive blend is spirulina algae, broccoli, kale, chlorella, all to boost digestive frequency, antioxidant protection. And then there's a immune boosting blend, camellia sinensis leaf, grape seed, burdock root, peppermint leaf, ginger, aloe vera, licorice, all boost immunity and provide tummy loving comfort. Yep. Okay. And this is the one that there was, overall, there's that study that was done, Connie, right? On our product versus, yeah, there you go. So Connie had to do a double take because she stepped out when she came back. A friend of ours told her what she had missed, and Connie goes, "Oh, you must have misheard that." No, she did not. So they did a study on this product and found that compared to Nutrisystem Weight Watchers, you can lose up to 10 pounds per month on this system. And this is just AO gut. Is this just AO gut, Connie, or is it using the 4 together?
Nope.
This is one product? Yeah, see, we're still trying to wrap our mind around like what we learned. Like, seriously, like you put all 4 together, you're going to be one fine-tuned clicking along machine. And once again, this is another liquid one, and it passed the Chef's Best Award also in the blind taste test. All right, I think that's enough. Thank you for bearing with me on that. Hopefully that this is a subject that you're very interested in anyway, and you didn't have to really bear with me, but it's a lot to learn about it if you don't know anything about it. And if you do know about this stuff, you're probably as excited as we are.
Yeah, it really is. And the price point, if you're on a monthly subscription, it's $144 for all 4 products. I was with a weight loss company in 2015, 2016, and it was $350. So the price point is incredible. And again, the company will only take on a new product if it's better than what's in the market and priced more affordably. So I love that so much.
All right, Connie, I think you get to take over from here.
This is my favorite. This is what I've been waiting for all day long. I talked to Tammy earlier. I talked to Wendy earlier, and I'm like, I am so excited. I get tongue tied because I can't. There's so as people who know me, I am rarely at a loss for words, and I get so excited about it that it's not that I have a loss of words. I just want to have all of them come out at once because I'm so excited about we're going to be going out talking to next because it is near and dear to my heart. I tell people this is a miracle. What I'm going to show you is a miracle, and it is a gift to humanity from Lauren Swinson. So do you remember I showed you earlier that in 1988, Lauren introduced the theta chamber. That's the earliest version of it. Now it looks a little bit sleeker than that, but it's basically a pod that you lay in, and you have glasses that have goggles that have light that stimulate the brain, headphones that play hemisync technology. It has clips for your ears. And again, all of this is to grow new brain patterns. The chamber, it goes in like a figure eight pattern. It stimulates your vestibular system. This science has been here since 1988. So the reason I have this scanner on the screen also is just like Lauren took the $38,000 AO scan unit and made it into a $149 software subscription. He wanted to do the same thing with this. This is his crowning glory of his career because it helped his son, his baby boy, who's now 42, no longer have any signs of
cerebral palsy.
Cerebral palsy. Okay. So he thought, how can I have this technology, just like he wanted the AO scan to be in the home of every human being? How can I have this technology? So they set out. I just want to cry. I'm going to show you a list of things. This develops new neural pathways in the brain. It's a pretty important organ. It changes your life. It helps the brain grow new neural pathways that you need, and it trims the ones that you do not. Now, our new technology that I'm going to show you in a second, we don't have the bed that moves around. So what he said was they've done all this testing. They even took our CEO and our president said we even tried it and put them on a office chair and spun them around in a circle to see if that would make a difference. And it did make a difference. So the technology that we have is the same kind of technology that the theta chamber uses, except for the vestibular motion. And so instead of having a therapy that takes 3 weeks or 4 weeks, it might take 2 times as much or 3 times as much, which is still only 6 to 12 weeks. And I'm going to show you what's here because I'm telling you, the medical world has no permanent solutions for this. No way to rewire the brain. Okay. So this is what I've been a buzz about ever since Saturday. Oh, this way. It is our Infinity Hub. It is a device that's about the size of a laptop computer-ish, a little smaller, a little thicker. So what we could say legally, because we don't heal or claim to do these things, right? What we can say is it grows new neural pathways in the brain that supports what I'm going to be sharing with you, and it trims the neural pathways that are not helping us. So it's a cutting edge device designed to enhance mental clarity, focus, overall wellness through advanced brainwave technology. It literally has been decades of scientific research. It targets critical brainwave states it's called the Infinity Hub, and it's after the theta chamber. So not only do we have it induce theta brainwaves, which helps relaxation and brain repair. I had a condition where my brain stopped producing theta waves. I know a lot about theta waves because my brain didn't produce them for a while, and I almost died. Theta is when you rest, repair, restore, heal your body. It's a very critical part of our functioning. It is also where we dream. It's also the access to the unconscious mind. It also will stimulate alpha waves, which is where our creativity and our mental clarity and focus comes from. It also stimulates beta waves, which is our cognitive activity and problem solving. It's where we're learning. It also helps go into gamma waves, which is hyper focused, advanced processing. One of the things I didn't mention is Lauren had another child that he adopted. It was a little girl. She had Down syndrome. Now, you cannot alter Down syndrome is a genetic issue. However, what they were able to do with her is the biggest symptom that impacts people with Down syndrome is a low IQ. They raised her IQ with this technology. That's what we're talking about. So it has full spectrum white light with the goggles that engages the brain, differentiated audio stimulation. So there's headphones that you also wear. So that is balanced brain processing, frequency stimulator. So it runs through our software, gamma reset frequency, enhanced focus. Who couldn't use more of that, right? And they made it like future proof. So there's products that are already in development that go along with this that will, you don't need to buy a new unit. It's future proof. So the benefits that we could talk about are energize and rejuvenate. It improves mood and meditation. A Zen master did 2 sessions and said, this is the same kind of results I could get my students in 10 years. We could get in 2 sessions. Boost cognitive function. Like I said, it helped this little girl raise her IQ score. Achieve deep restorative sleep. There's a lady on our team that has had insomnia for years. She had a session with this and is now sleeping. I don't know if you guys are all getting the power of this. Then it says it supports healthy habits and learning. Let me talk about some of the habits. So when you log into the AO Hub, there's 3 main categories down here. The first category is dependencies. You could also call it addictions. Amphetamines, meth, cocaine, which by the way is chemically the same and lights up the same things as sugar. So we could eliminate sugar addictions, stimulants, heroin, opiates, morphine, Subox, which my understanding now of that is that it's the people when you go and are trying to get off of drugs, that's a drug that it's an opiate basically. And then people get addicted to that. Meth, tobacco, painkillers, oxycodone, Lortab. You've heard about this crisis in our country with opiates, right? Marijuana, alcohol, benzos, barbiturates, sedatives, tranquilizers. And it's not just those chemical dependencies and addictions, it's also pornography, gaming, gambling, sex addictions. These are addictions that destroy families and destroy lives. And I'm telling you, we now have it that it's portable and it can go into your home. Then we have the physical memory enhancement, which is like dementia. I will tell you, my mom died a year ago in October and had dementia. It was like losing her a little bit every day. Families around the world are losing people, their loved ones. Their body is still there and their mind is gone. So it helps with memory enhancement, focus, concentration. Like I said before, insomnia, fibromyalgia. I mean, I don't even know the numbers for fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, chronic pain, headaches, migraines, weight control. So if you're getting this, like you're seeing what we have with core, and now we have this that helps the sugar addiction and weight control. And right behind weight control is hormone balance. How many people do we know, especially like I'm 52, my friends and I are in menopause and postmenopause. Hormone balance, that is like, again, each one of these is like, I've not seen medical results that have made a difference. The next one is near and dear to my heart. Autism. 1 in 30 children are now autistic. My son was vaccine injured in 2003. We spent over 3 years, over 20, closer to $25,000 when I really started to think about the money that we spent. We were able to heal his brain using energy medicine. I know this works. I have a friend who has a 19-year-old son who is classically autistic and can never be left alone for the rest of his life. And I'm asserting this is going to make a difference with him. I'm going to find out and I'll let you know. Parkinson's disease, muscular dystrophy, multiple sclerosis, and like we already said before, cerebral palsy. In the emotional category, we have, like I said, memory enhancement, focus, concentration. Oh, wait a minute. Did I put the same? Oh, sweet Jesus, I did. I put physical. I put that in there twice. Let me just read to you. I'm going to fix that slide, but let me pull it up on my phone. It is that important. because I have it right here. Emotional. You ready? Who do you know? And it might be you. Anxiety, depression from moods, depression from circumstances. We're talking things like grief, depression from drugs, because it is a major side effect for a lot of drugs. Who do you know that has ADD or ADHD? Reduces stress. Who wants some of that? Anger. Did you hear what I said? Anger and fear. Euphoria. Sexual dysfunction in men and women with no little blue pill. Bipolar. One of my dear friends is bipolar. I never know who I'm going to talk to. OCD. Here's a big one, especially for our veterans. PTSD. And they're saying a half hour a day. It's you need to block out an hour by the time you set it up, and then run it for a half hour, then put it away. We're talking 6 weeks to 12 weeks, depending on what it is. The insomnia, it was one session. I don't know what it's going to be for the weight. I just got literally right before this presentation, I got an email because I bought it at the convention, and it's being shipped out tomorrow. So I'm going to be I'll have this technology in my hands soon. I just think about all the families that need this technology. This is life-changing technology that is now at our hands. It was, by the time you pay taxes, and then God knows what shipping is, it's over $80,000, the theta chamber, over $80,000. Our company has created this this Infinity Hub, $3,000. And they have payment plans. I've never seen anything like this. Like I said, we spent 3 years and over $25,000. This is $3,000. I personally know a lot of families that have children with autism. I cannot wait to get my hands on those kids because I know it's available for their future. They don't have a future. Their future is so limited. Think about the people that you know with the addictions. Their future is smaller. People with fibromyalgia, their future is smaller. We could help grow new neural pathways and trim the ones that are not serving us. This, to me, like I said before, this is a miracle and a gift to humanity. And I am beyond grateful that we get to be part of it. Tammy already has hers. Can you say some things, Tammy, about this? Because she took it with her from the convention.
I'd be happy to. I just had a chance to get it all connected today. And Scott and I did a session with it. Now, I did a session with chronic pain. And then I also chose fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, as well as depression in the mental part of it, or the emotional part of it, because honestly, what I'm dealing with right now has been wearing me out. And I can't quite figure out what's going on. But I can tell you that I had a very good day today. We went shopping for dog food supplies. Normally, I go to one store and I'm worn out and I'm ready to come back to the coach and just relax. Well, today we were out and about. We went to Costco. I had Connie on the phone. We went to several different grocery stores because we're in a different area right now, and I needed to find all the good products or the good supplies that I use in my dog food. So I thought, you know what, I'll try this morning and just see how it helps me. And honestly, I'm very impressed with just one session, 30-minute session. I did videotape it. I put it on my page. I also put it in the hub group. And then we ran a session on Scott. Scott actually fell asleep. Men are pretty good about that. They typically, you put them down, set them down for a few minutes, and they're out. He was out. So I'm anxious to see now what we did on him. And he has some memory, concentration, and ADD issues. He's very well aware of it. He also has some OCD when it comes to cleaning. It's always been something that he's dealt with. So we did that on him today, and he said it was an incredible feeling when he got done. I also videotaped what he said. He felt like when he first put the goggles on, because the goggles, they have lights in them. You can see the back end of them. It does flash. You put this on your head, then you wear the headphones. And then you've got these little clips that clip onto your ears that kind of do a pulse. These are little pulsation clips that actually go on your ears. They also have TENS pads that you can actually replace and put the TENS pads maybe on a muscle or a joint that you're having some issues with. I can tell you that I'm with Connie. I think that we are going to change so many lives with this. I think we need to be very mindful and think about the people that we can use this on. I am also an outside of the box thinker, and I am thinking of ways to use it remotely. Yes, it is all about retraining the brain, but also quantum frequencies are all about intention. So it is in my thought process is that if we can help people in person, we've been able to help so many remotely with the AO scanner. I kind of feel like this might be an edge that we might be able to even help someone remotely. Now, I don't know this for sure because I haven't tried it yet, but I have done many other things that we have remotely, like our wand. I've used it remotely on people and they have reported back that, oh my gosh, what are you doing to me? And I'm not touching them. So I think that what we have in our hands now is going to be an incredible thing for us to help so many more people. And I just can't wait. So I'm excited. I'm just as excited as Connie, and thinking that, I am on a weight reduction plan myself, and I can't wait I haven't taken all of the new products yet. I'm doing them one at a time right now, but I can tell you I've started the collagen. I'm having an improvement. I started the biome, and then my next thing I'll start is the Zymes, and then I'll go on to the gut and normally, have all of that together. But I'm thinking along with this, with the weight reduction, it's going to be amazing. So I can't wait. Just watch us. Just watch us.
That's right. I love it. That's what I've been saying. Like I've been telling my dearest friends, like, just wait, just watch. You'll see. So that leads us to Wendy.
Yeah. I was on mute. I didn't realize it. I was going to say, watch us shrink.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I want to tell you about this is a public place. So anybody who already has the Telegram app can just look for the @ AOScan testimonies. And if you're looking, if you need to download Telegram, you can go to telegram.org to do that. And you would set up your own account, and then we need to change a slide, Connie, because we learned that you go to telegram.org instead of t.me. I think it's more effective. Okay. So then once you have your account set up, you're going to look for the @ AOScan testimonies, and you'll be able to just enter without being invited because it's public. And so I got involved last June, and by September, I was like, gosh, all these stories our team is sharing, and our team wasn't even that big then, but they were helping themselves, they were helping other people, and they were reporting to us in our Telegram team page, the stuff. And then I started thinking, what if we took and consolidated and had one place that just focused on testimonies? That would be amazing. And what if we made that public and not private, like just, like we were preaching to the choir, right? So I was like, let's make it public and invite people over there so that people can watch what we're doing and build their confidence that this isn't a one-off, like, oh, it was a placebo effect, or they just, whatever. they are like, okay, there's a lot of different people doing a lot of different things and helping a lot of other people in a lot of different ways. And yet I always joke and say, unless you're the biggest cynic in the world and think that we've all come together for some, uh, big lie or something, but like you can't help but get excited when you see how people's lives are being changed. So that's what that's all about. Please join us and watch our work as we go along. All right. Well, I think we've shown you a lot of reasons to believe that future medicine will be the frequency medicine of frequencies. That's what Albert said, but he said it a long time ago. So I think his future is our present. He was definitely spot on, and I think we've proven to you that the future of medicine is strong. It is here. It's valid. We know people who are getting cancer treatments in facilities, and they are using frequency in their cancer treatments. So we know what MIT is finding. We know all these things now, and so we are have the opportunity to partake in some amazing products that can help us, the cutting edge. But also, we have an opportunity if we choose to be in a business that is cutting edge. And Connie, can you just finish with that blue ocean concept that
Yeah, let me go through some more slides real quick. If
okay.
you have not yet received a complimentary inner voice session, please contact the person who invited you to do that. It is an amazing experience and it is our gift to you for being here. The what's your investment for this? As I mentioned earlier, you could be a preferred customer. It's $149 a month. No, there's no contract with either option. Or you could be a quantum living advocate. That's what we're called. I love that name, quantum living advocate. And it's still $149 a month and no contract. It's an annual business fee of $49 that gives you basically a business in a box. And they do all the stuff for you that you don't want to do anyway. They got the legal contracts done. They got all the all the behind the work stuff done that you don't want to have to do in a regular business. It's $49 a year. I've never seen such a low price to be in business to make such a big impact. We have a loyalty program, which means every 3 months on the fourth month, you get a 30% off coupon. So if you're interested in the $3,000 unit, but you're thinking, like, I can't do that right now, you could start the software. You can start the supplements. You can start with one supplement. You can start with one supplement, and on the fourth month, you'll get a 30% off coupon for anything. So that would make the AO Hub $2,100. Now, I will tell you, when you use the 30% off coupon, they do not do the financing for that. The financing for the AO Hub, just so that you guys know, it is $1,050 for the first month. Then there's 3 more monthly payments of $750. With the software, you could do unlimited scans. You could do unlimited client profiles. You could do unlimited Cephy lists. So you could help like literally everybody in your family, all your neighbors, whoever you want to help. So I go into, this is why the AO scan is worth more than $149 a month. First of all, you heard me talk about the supplement savings. We literally were each paying over $600 a month, each of us, for all the supplements. Now the scan, and it was toxic overload on my liver, because even too many supplements is too much, because it still has to be processed by the liver. So in the first month that I did this technology, when it was $199, I was saving more money than the scanner cost just from the savings and the supplements. The second thing is near and dear to my heart, because I have been in business since I was 13 years old, and I believe there are 2 taxation systems in this country, one for employees and one from business owners. There are over 485 tax benefits that you get for $49 a year. So this is a tax benefit. Additional revenue stream. This has become my main income stream. So not only can you use it for your family, but it's also a way that you can get it for free. If you enroll 3 customers or QLAs, you'll earn more than the $149 a month. So you could build this Solex team, which is with QLAs. It's passive residual income for life. I think this is the most brilliant business model, because they say if you cannot figure out how to make money while you sleep, you will never be financially free. And so once I learned that, that's what I've been out to do. Also, because of our MindSync program, it can actually shift your beliefs, limiting beliefs around income and abundance. So I'm telling you, the things that have happened in my life is because of God and this technology, including the MindSync. And I talk about change your frequency, change your life. in the last year, I made some notes. I'm gonna share this real quick because I just actually wrote this out tonight because the last year, so we came back from the last convention about a year ago. And during this last year, I've had the honor of caring for my mom in hospice and then burying my mom. And then I had the honor of, which increased after my mom passed. What I wasn't expecting was my grief around my son increasing. Then I got to had the honor of caring for my dad in hospice. And 15 weeks after my mom died, my dad went to heaven and joined her, 15 weeks apart, which sent my brother into a huge crisis, and we almost lost him. I also got divorced real recently. So during this last year, I've been dealing with that. Um, my best friend ended our friendship and our podcast. So any of one of these stressors, right? You can imagine. I remodeled the inside of my house and the outside of my house, which meant packing up everything. I've had extensive travel, 34 plane rides, 2 long car trips. And we talked about that emotional impact on our health. I have not been sick one time. I have not been sick one time in the last year, despite all of that stress during this time. And I'm telling you, it's God in the software. I promoted 2 ranks in this company in not one, but 2 positions. I got to earn the leadership retreat. Wendy also earned it. Tammy was there. We also earned the leadership cruise. Not the leadership cruise, the company, what is it? The Mexican Riviera cruise. And I get to go with 3 of my team members. So all of this has happened. And I'm telling you, because of God in this software, I am like more excited and happier than I have been. I didn't know I could be this way again after my son died. And I'm telling you, it's the software. So when opportunity knocks, being in the right place at the right time means everything. So did you miss out on the growth opportunities of any of these little companies that you might have heard of? Like, when Sam Walton was starting Walmart, I did not get a call to see if I wanted to invest. Same thing with all these other companies. I didn't get a call. I wasn't in the room. Well, you're in the room. So what if you could get a second chance to be in the right place at the right time? Now you can. This truly is a first to market opportunity. No one else has this technology. No one. They call it a blue ocean strategy. We are disrupting one of the world's biggest industries, which is healthcare. We have had over 124% growth over the last 3 years in a market where companies are not growing. In our industry, the average growth is 6%. We've had 41% annual growth over the past 2 years, whereas the industry growth is 6.4%. So when you are analyzing, if you want to be in a sustainable business, what the 6 pillars of what that looks like is are you in alignment? Is this something that you are excited and passionate about? The industry, what's the industry doing? And we just shared what the industry was doing. What's the company doing compared to what the industry is doing? 6.4% or 41%? Are your services and products best in class? And we are best in class and only in class. Do I offer you rewards? Yes, we talked about the money and the even just the loyalty program for our customers. And is there training available so that you could succeed? And when we are in balance, just like the software, when we get into homeostasis, when we are in balance and we work in synergy, we have a model for success. So we have team resources and support. I'm telling you, I created a resource on an app called Boards. It is the Solex franchise in a box. We have these calls once a month. We have, and I'll show you the upcoming events that we have. We have weekly support from our company. We have new start training. We have biannual events. We just came back from the in-person day of discovery. We have virtual days of discovery in March where they announce new products and services. We have Solex University that trains you with the software. We have mentoring. We have leadership training. So the choices really are, do you want to be a PC, which is a preferred customer, or a QLA? We have product packages that just has the scan, just the software, or you could add the software and some of the other business tools that we have. You get them at a discount. And then of course there's the supplements. So real quickly, our compensation plan, we get paid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ways. So our liftoff bonus is 65% of the points from the first order. And I'm not going to read all of the things. If you're interested, you'll see, and I'll go over it with you later if you're one-on-one. Direct bonus is 45% from all the orders placed by your customers. We get rank advance bonuses. So when we achieve those ranks, we get a one-time bonus that's twice the monthly bonus, and then we get a monthly bonus. And then we have a bonus pool accelerator. This is a big deal. It is profit sharing. We get profit sharing when you have as little as 3 people on the team. That makes you a bronze. You start to get shares of the company pool for each person in your organization that are at QLAs, and then based on their rank is what you get paid. And then we have the retail price, which is basically the difference of what somebody buys retail and our price plus the different points. So we have some upcoming events on Sunday. We have a monthly business building Zoom. This Sunday, I'm going to be showing you the tools that I'm currently in development for funnels and systems that you can use to build the hub part of the business, if that's something that speaks to your heart, and the core products, if the supplements are more part of your heart, or if both, right? On Tuesday, the 24th, we have a Solex Q&A Zoom. And then for October, like I said, every month, Wendy does the history and science of frequencies. That's just that is all it is. It's not the full Solex presentation. And then our next Solex frequency wellness presentation is October 17th, followed by a Q&A Zoom and our Solex business building Zoom. Oh, it says zoo. I need to edit that last one too. So those are some of the team events that we have. So I just want to say thank you. This is from our wellness retreat. There's Tammy's on one end, I'm on the other end, and Wendy's in there too. So I just want to say thank you from our company and the leadership, and welcome to the team. And so I'm going to stop the recording and see if anybody has any questions.